Welcome, I'm David.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Desmonds Donders.
Welcome. We're at Caerlaverock and we're in the Castle Corner motorhome air. Lovely little place. All it requires is a donation, maximum stay of 2 nights, and they have all you're going to need. Water and toilet disposal. No chemicals, but that's the norm these days. It's a great little place. Quiet. Can take up to about 7 motorhomes maximum. Last night there was 6 in, and there would have been room for one more with a one motorhome jiggery pokering. They were parked slightly. They were taking up 2 slots. That's all there was to it. But there were 6 here. It's a lovely spot, and I spent a lot of this afternoon watching Great Tits and Blue Tits discussing vacant possession of a nest box. Hopefully I'll get that sorted out pretty soon, but there's all sorts to see and do. I'm going to give you a quick look at the at Caerlaverock, at the air. Lindsay's up at the castle having a look round, and then I'll take you and show you some more views from. Now be careful, there's a puddle there. Somebody on Park for Night has complained that there are puddles after it rains. Strange people. Strange indeed. As you can see, as we turn around, there are some bays, bigger than others. We're in a 3 motorhome bay because that's the only spot that was available last night. We haven't bothered to move. We'll stay here tonight. There's no point packing up to head off again. But it's a cracking little spot. And as we see Desmond coming into view, there are the facilities. Fresh water behind the notice board, and chemical or toilet disposal, LSAN if you like, behind the post with the boxes for donation, etc. on. Would we come again? Certainly would. Cracking little spot, well worth knowing about. Let's go and have a look around the back of the site. Despite the wind, you might recognise these few shots from the few shots I put up on social media a few weeks back. This is literally stood at the back of Desmonds, looking either side of a small wooden bridge at the plants growing up in the little pond. I'd love to stay until the plants showed their true colours, their full colour, but we'll be long gone before that happens. But it won't be that long for them. New life starting on the trees. The leaves and blossom are starting to show. Caerlaverock Castle is a moated triangular castle first built in the 13th century. It is located on the southern coast of Scotland, 7 miles south of Dumfries, on the edge of the Caerlaverock National Nature Reserve. Caerlaverock was a stronghold of the Maxwell family from the 13th century until the 17th century, when the castle was abandoned. It was besieged by the English during the Wars of Scottish Independence and underwent several partial demolitions and reconstructions over the 14th and 15th centuries. In the 17th century, the Maxwells were created Earls of Nithsdale and built a new lodging within the walls, described as among the most ambitious early classical domestic architecture in Scotland. In 1640, the castle was besieged for the last time by the Protestant Covenanter army and was subsequently abandoned. Although demolished and rebuilt several times, the castle retains the distinctive triangular plan first laid out in the 13th century. Caerlaverock Castle was built to control trade. The castle is most unusual in having its triangular form, one of only a small number across Europe and the only one in the UK. As well, it is unusual for Scotland in having both a moat and earthwork ramparts around it. It sits in a low-lying, formerly swampy area on the floodplain of the nearby Nith River. Again, unusual for a defensive structure in this area of Scotland. It is, however, the finest example of a castle in southwest Scotland.
Hello and welcome to Dumfries, well, Dumfries and Galloway. We are parked up at the Caerlaverock Castle here. Well, if you can call it that. It's superb. It has nail sun point, it has water, and you can park for a maximum of 2 nights, and it's an honesty box contribution with a suggestion for how much you actually pay. It's quite busy because when we came in last night there was a horse box which Lindsay wrongly assumed was part of the estate. One camper, one camperish, 2 motorhomes and a smaller camper, and us, and obviously the horse box. Plenty of room, got both the toilets emptied, got the water filled, and I've booked a ticket to go and see Caerlaverock Castle, which is just between those trees. Glorious day, the sun's shining. It's not actually that cold even though it's a bit windy. When we got up this morning it was like 2 degrees outside, but we're actually quite close to the water, so I assume that's why that's like that. I've got no idea where the hell I'm going, but there's nothing unusual in that neither. We couldn't get in the car park. Whoops. Speed bumps even when you're walking. Where am I going? I can't see because the sun's in my eyes. And I'm just going to get run over by a bus turning the area only car park. Right, we're going this way. Definitely wouldn't get Desmonds in there. It's only 10 foot. I don't know what the sat-nav was playing at yesterday, but oh my giddy aunt, some of the roads it took us on, and one of the roads it tried to take us on, the bridge was only 10 foot 6, not big enough for Desmond. And when we eventually got here we realised that we could have come on dual roads all the way down. It's really annoying when it does that, but hey ho. So this is Caerlaverock Castle, which is over there. Hopefully you can see it. I'm sorry, the sun's in my eyes so I can't see, well, I can see very little. Oops, now you're not going to see it when you tilt that way. There you go. Sorry folks, like I said, the sun's in my eyes. So it looks very impressive. I'm going to switch it off, so I have to go and confirm my ticket. Come back. We need to be a bit more. We're inside Caerlaverock Castle, and this is the Nithsdale Lodge. I have been up a ridiculous amount of steps, but unfortunately I was holding on for dear life. Sorry, playing with the camera again, Lindsay. I know, behave. The banging you can hear is the stonemason. I don't quite know what's down there, but it's a long way down. This is obviously the ground floor of the lodge. I've already been in the bakehouse, and this apparently is the Lord's Hall. So it would have been highly decorated. Oh, if these walls could talk. But there's, I think, 1, possibly 3 floors. But the steps, the spiral staircase that I went up and came down, I don't know how anybody could have run up and down now fast, because I've got size 7 feet and I took my time. I really did take my time. But this was the castle that was built using the stone from the previous castle because the previous castle obviously was constantly wet, so I don't know. Wait, Lindsay, watch where you're putting your feet. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this. The stonemasons, they must have had at their beck and call. Obviously, the more money you had, the more you wanted to show off. Right, this is the few last circular steps. Excuse me if I start swearing, because honestly it's a bit nerve-wracking, especially when you don't do heights and you're claustrophobic. But I'm afraid curiosity always gets the better of me. Right, let's go up here and see what there is. The very helpful gentleman in the visitor centre said that there was a stonemason on site. And you see, I should imagine you'd have been able to see for miles in all directions from here, especially up a height. It's very impressive. Right. Sorry for swapping hands. I'm going back down again. I think I'm going to switch you off and then I'll show you what else I've found.
Thank you for watching Desmonds Donders, and whatever you're doing in the countryside, please take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. Please subscribe and ring that bell to be notified of our future videos.